The balance between the rectus femoris and the biceps femoris is one of the most important synergies in the biomechanics of walking, and especially at Reddit. When both muscles work in a coordinated manner, the leg is able to absorb impact, control the knee, and generate efficient propulsion. But when this synergy is disrupted, the body enters a cycle of compensations, overloads, and loss of efficiency that can lead to injuries such as patellar tendinopathy, hamstring tears, or femoropatellar pain. That's why it's important for you to know how to measure and analyze. This synergy, assessed with electromyography, is one of the most powerful tools you can incorporate into your clinical practice or sports rehabilitation. Do you want to learn how to use electromyography to analyze running patterns and optimize your treatments? Through the link in the description, you can contact us and find out how we can help you measure, interpret, and deduce muscle activation with scientific precision. It's a typical phrase, but absolutely true. What isn't measured can't be corrected. Visual observation or video recording is not enough to understand what happens at the neuromuscular level. Surface electromedicine will help you measure the actual activation of the muscles involved in real time and during any movement you study. This way, you'll be able to identify if the patient, for example, overuses the quadriceps and doesn't activate the hamstrings enough, if there's asymmetry between both legs, if you need to modify their technique or work on neuromuscular re-education before increasing the load. I'm going to teach you how to assess gait, step by step. First, place the electrodes. To obtain accurate measurements, you will place the electrodes on the rectus femoris, in the middle part of the thigh, along the line that connects the anterior superior iliac spine with the upper edge of the patella. For the biceps femoris, you will place the electrodes over the muscle belly at the midpoint of the posterior thigh, oriented in the direction of the muscle fibers. First, assess the gait. Have the patient walk a few steps at a natural pace. This will help you identify the baseline pattern and observe possible asymmetries. Under normal conditions, the activation of the hamstrings and the quadriceps should alternate in opposite phases of the gait cycle. During the stance phase, the rectus femoris controls knee flexion. During the swing phase, the biceps femoris acts eccentrically to slow down extension and prepare for the next contact. Once you have obtained the basic pattern, perform the same test during a light or moderate run. This will reveal the most relevant imbalances, since speed and load do not increase neuromuscular demand. I'm going to show you examples of real patterns. Let's start with a normal running pattern. Look at the image. The left biceps femoris activates more than the left rectus femoris. The right biceps femoris activates more than the right rectus femoris. This pattern indicates good and proper eccentric control of the knee, which significantly reduces the risk of injury. Now, observe an altered running pattern. Look at the results. The left biceps femoris activates more than the left rectus femoris. Okay, but the right rectus femoris activates more than the right biceps femoris. Here we have an alteration. The right rectus femoris is compensating for the deficit of the biceps femoris. The result is quadriceps overload, loss of eccentric control, and risk after a previous hamstring injury or after a prolonged period of inactivity. Therefore, the synergy between quadriceps and hamstrings not only affects athletic performance, but also the recovery from knee, hip, or pelvic injuries. Measuring this relationship allows you to identify activation deficits or compensations due to injury, plan the return to running with objective criteria, and design exercises and loads tailored to the patient's actual neuromuscular state. See you in the next post.